That's the thing about it.
Hey everyone, we are here at Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. We are finishing up with the Gray Bull Calf Championship division. So that is a pretty exciting moment during the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo in the Gray Bull Calf, the last class of the Gray Bull Calves. We're in a split arena today, so we've got a lot of talking going on. We're in a smaller arena. We're going to have to see how this goes today, so bear with us as we move around. We're getting ready to move into the Red Bull Calf Championship Drive. Red Bull Calf Championship Drive. We will be coming in. There were 6 classes in the Red Bull Calf division. So we will be, hey there, how are you, Pam? You're watching from Mississippi. Good to see you. Glad you could join us. Again, guys, this is the last class of the Gray Bull Calf division. So, Rancho Las Lichas, glad to see you watching. Glad you guys are watching us. We will be doing bulls all day today. Thank you for watching us. Let us know what you think about the cattle and where you're watching from. So we're getting ready to come in with the Red Bull Calf Champion Drive. Our first entry in this Red Bull Calf Champion Drive is going to be coming in here shortly, is a Watkins Cattle Company entry. So when they start coming in, and Eugenio, how are you? When they start coming in, we will let you know what they are. But meanwhile, let's just look at these great Gray Bulls. This is the oldest class of the Gray Bull division, Gray Bull Calf division. So this is class number 6 that we're watching up the end of. The cattle look really good. It's been kind of a fun day so far today. Again, you will hear a lot of background noise. Hi Tom, how are you? You're going to hear a lot of background noise because we do have the arena split in half. There's a lot of photographers, a lot of people to work myself around. So bear with us and let's hope all our technology keeps working. So, hey Janie, how are you? We are glad you are watching us. We are here watching the very last class of the Bull division, the Gray Bull. This is class number 6, Gray Bull Calves, and we're getting ready to come in with the Red Calf Champion Drive. As soon as those Red Bulls start coming in, I will let you know who they are and so forth. So, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know. Hey, Fernando, thank you. We hope we will have a nice day. Let us know where you're watching from and what you think of the cattle. And if there's anything that you want us to do different, let us know. So we're getting ready to come in with class 1 through 6. 1 through 6 of the Red Bull Calf Champion Drive. Okay? I will let you know who will be coming in here shortly as we work our way out with the Gray Bull. This again, if you're just joining us, hey Shelby, how are you? Shelby, did you go home or are you still here? I haven't seen you yet today, Shelby. Shelby might be watching from Louisiana, so if he is, shout out to Shelby. We are getting ready with the Red Bull Calf Division. So, Red Bull Calf Division, the first entry from class number 1 is going to be Mr. WCC 322/8. It will be a Watkins Cattle Company entry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Shelby's back in Lake Charles. Shelby had to go back to school, but you know, that's a good thing. We're sorry you're not here, but you know, school does seem to be kind of important. Okay, class number 28, the first class of the Red Bulls. We had an entry of Watkins cattle, and it was a BL Rojo Designer 78/5 son. And then in class number 29, Rancho Chapapote, hola. In class number 29, we had Mr. H. Marco Rojo, and that is a Judd Colors Heritage Cattle entry. It is Carlos Lee and Heritage Cattle owned, and that's going to be coming in the second hole, and that is a Mr. H. Oxford Rojo son. Then in that third class that'll be coming in here, we're going to have Mr. CBR 667/8. That's going to be a Herzog, Peyton Herzog cattle. That's a Mr. WCC Maximus Rojo son. And that Maximus Rojo, you'll know, is the bull of Watkins Cattle Company. So coming in right now is the calf out of the very first class, and this is an entry of Watkins Cattle Company, and this is a son of the El Rojo designer. Coming in this second hole again, this is the Heritage Cattle Company and Carlos Lee entry. Hey Carlos, hope you're here watching. This is a son of Mr. H. Oxford Rojo. Then coming in this third hole, we have the Herzog, Payton Herzog. Payton Herzog is on the stick with a Maximus son. And then following up behind,
first goes to entry 2133. Bull Marvell's Regal Pride 217.
Okay.
Marvell Farms exhibiting owned by Daniel and Sandra Marvell, High Springs, Florida.
Okay. And then
Second
in
goes
the
2181.
fourth class here, we have Stuart Watkins, Watkins Cattle on the stick. And he is leading in a Mr. WCC 296. This is a Mr. CB Hector son. Then we had a little Moreno moment. Moreno came in and got a little excited. So Moreno is here. Hey Amy, good to see you watching. Luke, you are not in the building, I'm guessing. Luke is watching us live. We're pretty excited that Luke is watching us live. In case you don't know, Luke and Kat, they do an amazing job with photos. And they're kind of tied in there with that V8 ranch group. Imagine that. Okay, and then in this last hole in class 32, we have the Moreno Mr. Rudolph. So this is a Moreno entry. Okay, so then in the second place consideration, those animals are on the far side. And we will let you know. You're back at the ranch, Luke. I thought you would be.
Class 28.
We're going to really try hard to stay out of the judge's way. He's been doing a great job, and it's been very nice to let us be in the arena. So here we are in this Red Bull Division Drive. And, okay, you do have sound. Okay. So let me know if you guys are having any problems. Thank you very much. We are so glad to be here. So here we go. We are just looking at the first places on this side. And Cody Hunt is watching, or Bailey Hunt is watching. We're not sure who there. We're having some shout-outs, so that's always good. Then in that reserve calf champion, in the class number 28, we had the RMC Montico. That is a VL Rojo Grande son. That's on the far side. And then in that second class, we had another Rancho Monte Cristo entry.
Well, as we get out of here,
and that's going to be a Winchester son.
Red Brahman Bull Show today.
In the third hole, on the far side, we have Hola Carlitos, ¿cómo estás?
I think there's some extremely good cattle.
We're going to just be quiet because we're really close to the judge right now. We're just going to look at the cattle and see what you think.
I don't think you can go wrong with any one of these. Just find the ones that match up and work for you. I think we see consistency in type and kind as we go through the lineup in terms of looking at function and practical. And these are bulls. You know, yesterday in the female show, I wanted those heifers to look like heifers, but the bull show today, I want them to have some masculinity. I want them to provide some power and shape, but at the same time, they still got to be functional and be able to get around and travel. So with that being said, an awfully good lineup. I'm going to go show you the champions that I like the best. If you would, let's give each one of these exhibitors a big round of applause on a great set of Red Brahman bull kicks.
And now the judge is going to go make his decision. Going down here to the end by the older class. And bang, it is the Moreno entry. Okay, Luis Salinas, how are you? So we have the Moreno entry. So moving in for the reserve consideration is the Walters Livestock entry.
Mr. Rudolph 851. How about a nice round of applause for our calf champion?
So the calf champion was Moreno Mr. Rudolph, and he is a B.B. Bronson son. So B.B. Bronson's son wins the calf championship here at Houston. Judge is walking along, trying to make his decision. I'm sure he has a good idea which direction he's going. There's just so many great cattle here today. and we're glad you guys are watching us from all over the world. Moving in, looking like it is bang. It is the Watkins Cattle Company. So Watkins Cattle with Stewart. Stewart is on the stick and doing a good job. So the reserve calf champion is going to be Mr. WCC 296/8. And he is a Mr. CB Hector son. So that was our calf division. That was our red calf division, and now we get ready to do the gray division.
As you talk about a combination of balance and eye appeal and muscling and functionality, this guy
all right,
does
so we're getting ready.
And he does it well. It's really a high quality bull. The next bull in the lineup was a bull that he faces some stiff competition out in this division. He too is a big-bodied kind of a bull, maybe not as attractive out of his hip and not as stout.
Alrighty, sorry, we had a little moment there. Someone had to ask me a question. So we're getting ready to move in with the gray division. The gray division. So coming in this first hole in the gray division is going to be Moreno, Mr. Bruno, and it is going to be a TTT Super Bob Manso son. Remember, Super Bob Manso was our show bull of the year, I think twice, and that is a tic-tac-toe bred bull. Coming in this second class is going to be the Philip Cattle entry. This is a bull we've really been keeping our eye on because he is really good. This animal coming in the second hole. So this very first one is a Moreno entry, and it's a TTT Super Bob. Then coming in the second hole, we have Philip Cattle. Coming in with a JDH Mr. Raider Manso. This is a bull that has done really well. This is 1055 is his entry number. Coming in right behind him is going to be the Hudgens entry. The Hudgens entry is going to be JDH Megan's Manso. And this is a JDH Sir Corona Manso son. And of course that is a Hudgens owned animal. And then following up we have Tammy Watts on the stick for Moreno Ranch. And this is a JDH Sir Stratton Manso son. And then following up in this last hole, last entry here is the V8 entry, and this is Mr. V8 380/6. And I don't think we need to say anything about 380/6. He's just, been a tremendous, consistent, as they say, machine, and really producing great show champions. I think if I remember correctly, he's sitting right now number 2 in all-time, lifetime Register of Renown earnings, and we're thinking he's going to pop over that next year. So here we have our gray calf champion drive. Let us know what you think of them and where you are watching from. Let us know what country or what state if you're here in the U.S.
Class winner in class 28 was entry number 898 for Moreno Ranch. There was bull Mr. Bueno 836. Class 29 represented by Phillips Cattle Company's bull, Mr.
Then in that reserve hole for reserve consideration across the arena, in that
class 30 winner was
we didn't have 2 entries in the very first class. So in that second class, we have a Satterfield Ranch entry. In that third class, we had a Bullseye Ranch entry. Now, don't forget, Bullseye Ranch has their semen sale going on right now on Cattle in Motion. They've had, they do tremendously well with their cattle. They have beautiful cattle, and they do have a semen sale going on today. So, for those of you who are looking to buy semen, don't forget the Bullseye Ranch semen sale is going on. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Or Corey, sorry about that. And then we have on that fourth class, we have another V8 Ranch, and then we had a heritage animal following up.
Entry 1174 from Bullseye Ranch, and your class 31 second place.
Don't forget, you can get your show photos from show champions, and we want to give a big shout out to the judge because he's done a tremendous job sorting through very hard classes, and we really do have the cream of the crop here at Houston.
Well, as we get out of here in our calf division in the gray show, an awfully good lineup again. I think starting out all the way from, we had our really young calf and the young lady that by herself, I think a really solid one. The bull out of the second class in this division, man, he parks and throws his head up. You really got to pay attention. He's He's got an awesome look from the side, and it backs that up with some true power and shape. I like that about him. I think he's bull as good as rib. He's one, you know, at times wants to push a little bit on that knee up front, and I hope that he kind of grows out of that. That's something that bugs me just a tick, but I think that's an awfully good bull. The bull out of the third class in this division, to me, just real solid. One that's practical and sound structured. He's thick. He's got enough body. You know, in terms of just making sure appreciating there. Just a good solid bull. Maybe not that big old rib cage we find in some, but I think a very useful kind of a cat. Yeah, the red tinge bull we have next in the lineup, to me, one that is really powerful in terms of his bone work, a lot of substance to him and length. He's one at times, maybe wants to run downhill ever so slightly, but I think that's an awfully good bull. He's one that's bold in his rib shape, maybe not the deepest in his hard flank yet. I think that one sure has a lot of good. Then we get to that oldest bull in this division, and that is a tough class. Two individuals out of that class, I think, are both awfully good. We find this blue neck bull, in terms of just balance and look, and combining that with power and function, he does that extremely well. The bull that was second to him in class had a shot more shape and power in him, and to me had a really good masculinity at his age too. So an awful tough lineup of cattle. If you would, let's give these exhibitors on a big round of applause on a great set of bulls.
And as the judge said, this was just a great set of bulls. You know, he really had a lot to choose from, and they are very good. And he's going in with the V8 Ranch entry that Colton was here on the stick. And we have to say a shout out. This is, Colton is going to be moving, and so he will be going out on his own from what we understand. It won't be at V8 full time anymore, but we know he'll always be at V8 in his heart. So what we ended up having was the division winner was Mr. V8 322 over 8. That is a Mr. V8 380 over 6 son, and that was out of that last class. And then he followed up with the second place out of there, which was Mr. Everett Manso. We were a little late getting that information. Yes, he is, Luke. He is moving to help his in-laws with their cattle. So Luke, I know he'll always have V8 in his heart. And then that reserve calf champion was a Heritage Cattle Company entry. They all looked really great. Now we're moving in right now for the show.
And Mr. PJ Butler.
No, we are moving in for the World Championship Award. I believe this is the Miss World Champion, and the bull that is the World Champion Award. And this is some really exciting stuff. Here's some interesting little tidbits here. So here we have Walters Livestock, and they have the Rebel cow that has been two-time calf show cow of the year for ABBA, and now she was crowned Miss World. And all the way from Paraguay, we have our friends that had the show bull that was the Mr. World Brahmin. So very exciting.
Took place from the 1st to 14th of December. This was the 7th time that this annual competition had taken place, and the 4th time for the Brahmin breed to be included. More than 1,000 entries from 77 countries featuring 16 breeds.
There were 1,000 entries from 77 countries, and the Brahmins were included.
Cattle from 50 different countries were judged by 4 official judges.
There were 4 official judges, and they chose an American Brahmin and a Paraguayan
from
Brahmin.
the United States, and Rafael Ramirez from Mexico. The 3 regional champions in the Miss World competition were from Colombia, Australia, and the United States. And the winner of the 2018 Brahmin Miss World competition was Walters Rebel. 5-3
Walters Rebel was the World Miss World. Woohoo! Walters Rebel was Miss World. She was ABBA Show Cow of the Year 2-time, back-to-back. That's a huge thing to do. And then, of course, for our bull, our breeders came all the way from Paraguay. So this is very exciting.
And Lee Stringham of Champions of the World Genetics and Marketing. The 3 regional champions in the Champion of the World competition were from Paraguay, South Africa, and Mexico. The winner of the 2018 Brahman Champion of the World Bull Competition was
Hey, Janice, good to see you.
Sorority 221 FIV, owned by Ganadería El Fogón S.A., Asociación Paraguay. GPF Sorority 221 FIV qualified by winning the 2018 International Show in Asunción.
Absolutely. We will let you know, Janice, who won. So, if you watch the video, you can come back and see it. But we had, in the Gray Calf Championship, we had a V8 entry. It was a 380 over 6 Sun. And then Heritage Cattle. We got that information a little late. We'll have to let you know how that animal was bred. But Class 1 and Class, excuse me, the very last class of the Gray Bulls, we had the calf champion and the second place in the Gray Bulls out of that last class was the reserve calf champion. And then in the Reds, help me out here a little bit, Brandon. In the Reds, we had, it was the Watkins Cattle Company. Was it, was the red calf champion? Janice, we're looking right now, so stay with us here. And David Simmons just joined us.
He's wide up top. He's got a lot of shape on the rib.
Watkins was reserve calf champion. Oh, that's right. Moreno was calf champion out of that last class of Red Bull, and Watkins was reserve calf champion. Those in those calf classes. And this will be posted. You'll be able to rewatch it and see them all. We're moving into the red intermediate division. We're going to sign off now, and we will see you soon.